Back in the saddle, man. Back in the saddle, man. Bada bing, bada liba. It's your boy H, your boy Half up here for football battles, man. I just had to energize a few things, get things in there. So we're now going to go back to our weekly supplement of football battles, man. And this is one. So I just thought that to make the right return, I have to have the pulse on the streets, because I'm out there on the streets to know what do the streets want from your boy. And what they wanted was your boy Tammy, Abraham Lincoln, and the Rashford, who used to be called, man, because Brentford or Crapford. Easy win 2019-2020. So I thought, let's settle this. Let us settle this with an objective football battle. Because remember, when I do football battles, I try and be as objective as I can. So if there are certain players who I say, I still think this player is better than this player, but according to the football battles, what I think makes this series work is me being as objective as I can. So even if I don't agree with the results, it is what it is, because I have to do it via the attributes and how good are these guys in the attributes, and that's just what makes this fun. If you disagree, we can always have a rematch, and we can always have a nice dialogue. So let's get down to Tammy, Abraham, and Rashford. So first of all, we ride with ball control. Who's better at having that ball be married and full-on circumvented with their foot, man? There is a winner here, and I don't think it's that close, because I think for this player, when I just look at his natural ball control, just especially from a technical point of view, because I just think he is the better player technically in overall footballing regard, I'm going to have to roll with Tammy Abraham with better ball control. Rashford's ball control can be a bit, excuse the pun, a bit rash. It can be a bit rash, but I just feel that Tammy Abraham has a much more consistent and tighter command of the ball, hence why he works so well as the striker. Because if you're a lone striker, especially in an attacking team and in this kind of a modern day football, it is highly important that your ball control is up to point, because you're the link man. So Giroud, all you want, one of Giroud's greatest strengths is his ball control, which is extremely good for a frontman. Ibrahimovic, who has always been a lone striker in all the teams he's been in, has one of the best ball controls that we've seen. The best ball control for a tall man. So I think for ball control, I think Tammy Abraham gets the over Rashford. Whereas for Rashford, his ball control is good, but I don't think it's one of his strongest assets. So ball control goes with Tammy Abraham. Dribbling. Who is the better dribbler? Who has the better skills? Who is better at beating their man? A bit like the last attributes, I feel there is a clear winner here. Because I think for this player, I do think this is one of his strongest assets, and I do feel that if he actually develops this asset a lot more, he would actually become a much better, impactful player. Because I've been very impressed with his assets. As much as, a few of his attributes here and there, I'm very impressed with his assets. So for dribbling, I'm going to have to give it to Rashford. Rashford has, I remember one time he did an amazing elastico at one point, and I can just see that he has a lot of skills in his pocket and is able to utilize those. I've not really seen a lot of dribbling from Tammy Abraham, and I've not seen Tammy do a lot of skills. So I'm sure he does have them in his compartment, but I've never really seen him embellish them and put them out there for the streets to see. But I feel the streets have seen what Rashford has been able to do, and he's really come up with some pretty crazy skills. So for dribbling, best dribbler, skills base at beating your man, I'm going to roll with your boy Rashford. Shooting. This is clear cut. This is clear cut. This player is just a better finisher than his counterpart. And I do think that this is probably one of his strongest attributes. Not only his finishing, but his technique. How I always say, one of the best strikers of the ball based on technique is Toni Kroos. And I think that this dude's technique of striking the ball, I think, is very good. So this is very clear, no arguments. Shooting goes to Rashford. 100%. I just think, his shooting is quality. It's because that's why he's taking free kicks. That's why he's taking free kicks. That's why he's the designated penalty taker, and that's why when you're just looking at how he's able to find space and be able to accurately and dangerously strike the ball from so far out, he's been really good. one of, I would say his weakest points, but an area that Tammy definitely needs to improve upon is his finishing and his shooting. He isn't the best striker of the ball, and he isn't really a guy I will have confidence in being cold-blooded in front of goal. So just think that, if I'm, basically put it this way, who would you want in a one-on-one situation? Who would you want over a free kick? Who would you want to say, I want this guy to always shoot on sight? I would rather your boy Rashford shoot on sight than your boy Tammy shoot on sight. So for shooting, finishing goes to Rashford. Balance. So balance, let me just reiterate this in case you guys are confused. Balance is your command of the ball when running with speed. How well is your control of the ball in a perpetual motion? That is where balance is. So do you have good, proper posture, the ball is in your control, and you know exactly where you're going with the ball while it is in your control as you're moving forward, preferably with speed. Hence why it is very difficult to have balance. One of the best, the best player in terms of balance right now has to be Messi. It's just when he's just running with the ball, it's absolutely incredible. And then you may have to even roll with Neymar might be the second best as far as balance. So between these two, it's one to think about. But when I really think about it, I think this is an attribute that I think this player needs to really work on a lot. And I've seen this being a weakness in his. And for the other player, I think he's actually pretty good at this. He's not great at this attribute, but in comparison with this player, I think he's better. So for balance, I'm rolling with your boy Tammy Abraham. The reason I'm rolling there is that I think Rashford's balance is not very, very good. And there are many times when he rushes with the ball and he goes too fast, loses control of the ball, and isn't thinking. Because the key thing about having good balance is you must think 3-4 steps ahead. So okay, boom, this is where I unleash the ball. Okay, boom, this is where I kick it past the guy. Oh, boom, this is where I slow down with the ball and maintain possession. But for Tammy Abraham, and especially when Chelsea are on the counter, Tammy Abraham is very good at carrying the ball and having confidence in carrying the ball. And I just think that he has better awareness of when he needs to unleash the ball, when he needs to give a pass, when he needs to dribble. So I just think that his balance of the ball, for me, I think supersedes Rashford. So for Tammy Abraham, gets that balance skill. Passing. So who is the better passer of the ball, man, between Tammy and Rashford? They're both pretty good. I think they're both pretty good, but you have to look at who has produced this better. And it might be, and this may be down to the role that they play. And I do think that it is important that the role that they play, which would lead you to giving the certain player the passing skill. Which is why I'm gonna have to roll with your boy Tammy in this. See, for Rashford, as people have said, his strongest suit is inside forward. And as an inside forward, you're not a winger. You're a striker who just plays out wide. So the passing attribute and skill isn't really needed for the inside forward. But with regards to a Tammy Abraham, especially with the modern day striker, your passing has to be really good. Yes, you're the striker, you're the finisher, but as a lone striker in this modern system, especially in the 4-2-3-1 system, when you have the ball, people are looking for you to give that pass to them. Hence why a guy who is very good at this in the same role is Firmino. Firmino's passing skill is very, very good because he knows how to get control of the ball and give the ball and get that pass through. So I think for me, Tammy Abraham, I think that's why he is so good in this system as I wouldn't call it a false nine, but I would say the complete modern ball-playing striker. I say like the Thierry Henry striker is what you would say, man. So yeah, Tammy Abraham, I just think the way he distributes to the ball and gives the ball the kind of intricate intelligence pass that he gives to a Mason Mount, he gives to a Pulisic and so forth, I think that's what makes him right through. So yeah, so Tammy Abraham gets that passing skill. Ariel, who is better in the air? Who is better in the air? Who can jump high? It's a tricky one. Because I don't think either dude has really shown this to a high degree. But I see now, she said, now I have to rethink about this. Because I put the take on this person, but now I have to think about it. So as I'm thinking about this, who is better in the air? Who is the better header of the ball? Who has been here? Who do I trust to be a formidable force in the air? And I think this is close. This is close, but I'm going to still stick with the guy that I chose. I'm still choosing with Rashford because I feel that Rashford's striking instincts. Oh, that's another one that I missed out on. Rashford's striking instincts, I just feel are better. I feel his striking instincts are better, and that's why he has very good movement. I just think that if it's between Rashford and Tammy, I feel Rashford is more dangerous in the air. Tammy has done some goals in the air as well, and he's pretty good. But I still believe, I'm going to stick with it, that Rashford is the more superior player in the air. So I just think as far as aerial prowess has to roll with Rashford, but it is a close one though. It is a close one, because an argument can be made that Tammy is better, but I'm going to roll with Rashford there. All right, man, so we are all tied at 3-0. And now for the one I like the most, clutch. Who is the most clutch? So, I always like to set the scene. 81st minute, CL semi. Both Tammy and Rashford on the bench. Who do you bring on? Free kick. A one-on-one. 91st minute. Last chance of the game. Who would I trust to be cold-blooded and make it happen? Rashford or Tammy Abraham? See, the big thing about clutch is the most psychological out of all of the attributes. So you could pretty much replace clutch with mental strength. You could easily replace clutch with mental strength. So taking all that into account, who's the most cold-blooded? Look, as I said again, I have to be objective. I've got to be objective. Rashford is more clutch. And again, I don't want to go to this moment because you can't just judge a player on one moment. But you look at that penalty in the Super Cup, Chelsea against Liverpool. I do believe Rashford puts that away. And then similar thing. Would Tammy be able to have the focus and the tenacity and the concentration to score that penalty against PSG in the Champions League? A penalty in a training session game isn't the same as a penalty in a Champions League knockouts game in a Parc des Princes against PSG, judging by just how that game went. So, and actually for Rashford, he's come up with a lot of winning goals. He's come up with a lot of very clutch plays. Gosh, his incredible free kick to knock out Chelsea from the League Cup. So I have to roll with and be fair that the clutch attributes goes to Rashford, man. So there we have it, man. Rashford wins this 4-3. I still believe Tammy is the better player. I still believe he is, but this is not about me and my subjectivity. This is about the objectivity of these attributes with regards to football battles. So Rashford wins this over Tammy. So do you guys disagree? Do you agree? Do you have other thoughts about this? Whatever it may be, just tell your boy, put it in the comments below, and I'll see you all again for next week's installment of Football Battles. Peace out, stay true, remember to like the video, to subscribe. Your boys out. Peace.